I'm not trying to fearmonger, but my intuition has been screaming at me ever since I watched the movie Civil War. It's an A24 movie by Alex Garland. I just know that America is headed towards a second civil war and a second revolutionary war. And that this country in the next 2 to 3 years is going to go into active conflict with itself. And I'm not trying to fearmonger. It's just eerily similar to what's happening right now and the buildup of what happened in that movie that goes to this. And I'm not saying that like this movie is like predicting something, but I'm just saying that like if it doesn't go the route of like, Trump is removed from office in some way or another legally, he's probably gonna try and go to stay president past term, which would then mean there is going to be like civilian-led militias. And also because the American people are not all on the same page, those militias are going to be separate entities from one another. There's not going to be one big militia of the people for the people that is going to be targeting against it. It's going to be multiple different groups of people that are going against the United States government in different ways. And I just know that it's coming down the pipeline. I just know that it's coming down the pipeline. And there's two things you can do as a person. You can get the fuck out of Dodge and use the resources that you have to get the fuck out of here. Or if you're a person like me who does not have all the resources and will likely not have the resources when all of this shit comes to a head, to hunker the fuck down where you're at. I've come to terms with the fact that like with how this goes, I might not make it past the next 10 years in this country. I might actually perish. And like that's just something that I've come to terms with myself, just with my current situation. And if that current situation doesn't change, I'm screwed. Okay, I'm screwed. However, there is probably a lot of people like me in that boat, and there's things that can happen via like mutual aid or just like communications and everything to get ourselves out of the situation. But from what it looks like, this is about to like go into like legitimate civil war territory and like legitimate like active war. What I mean by that is like entire cities could be active war zones in the next 2 to 3 years. At the most 5. I'm not even lying with like how genuine I feel that in my gut. Like I feel that like in my gut. Like it is a pit in my gut that has been growing ever since this man was elected. And really ever since I watched that movie, because it's like viscerally accurate. Like it just feels like viscerally realistic to like the point where it's like either it goes a different direction where we get him out of office like legally and like somehow like the country heals from the decisions it makes constitutionally after that, or there is like going to be a second civil war and there's going to be active war zones all across the country, and there's going to be a lot of people caught in the crossfire and probably a lot of casualties of war, which is scary as shit. And I'm not trying to fearmonger, and I'm not saying that this is like 100% going to happen either. It's just that I feel it in my gut that it is a very real possibility, if that makes sense. It just feels like a very real possibility that's going to happen. And it may not happen. It may go a different direction. But it feels like a very real possibility with the situation we're currently dealing with in this country. And that's scary.